Alright, hello there everyone. Wow, that was actually much lower latency than usual. But yeah. So hello and welcome to Corey Loses, where today, I need to reset my microphone settings. That might be incredibly loud for you guys, so I'll speak quietly for a second. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that should be more reasonable. I was just playing Rocksmith, and that always screws with stuff. But hello there, everyone, and welcome to Corey Loses, where today we are going to be doing something very different. We are going to be playing The Political Machine 2020. This is a game that's made by Stardock, who also makes Sins of a Solar Empire. So just before we get into this is a game I was given for free by them as part of their MVP program. So I guess technically sponsored, but I am not being directly paid to make the video. I'm allowed to say whatever I want. But just so you are aware, any opinions that I give may be colored by the fact that this was a game that I was provided for free. It's also... I generally don't talk about politics on the channel, and this game is obviously directly themed around the American 2020 election on a nice Super Tuesday stream for you guys. But yeah, so this is basically a game that it's got a lot of interesting mechanics, actually. You kind of simulate in a caricatured way the election. I think they started this series with 2004. So it's available on Steam. I don't know if it's available on other platforms. But yeah, so you can pick your party. I'm going to go to beginner difficulty. I don't know if we're gonna go massive comet against giant meteor just to stay as far from like actual political discussions happening in the comments, because we're not getting into that. I know it's hard to avoid with the game's content being what it is, but I don't have time to play the game well. Moderating the whole comment section if that's what's going on. So I'll just make a candidate. What's that going to do for us? And I'm Canadian as well, so this is all very different for me. So yeah, I'm going to make my own candidate. We're going to be from Hawaii, and we're going to be me. Because why not? I'll leave it as Democratic Socialism. Democrat from Hawaii, why not? Can I just name this whatever I want? I was formerly the King of Canada. Okay, what do we want to do with our points? Clearly I'm a genius. I played a little bit in the like character creation thing here, but I've never actually played the game. I'm trying to go in as blind as possible, because I feel like that usually makes for the best streams. And we're not going to get into like how accurately any of the real candidates have been made, but experience little, stamina, active. I feel like this could be fun. This setup here. Oh, we can... I think this is already about as close to me as we're gonna get. You can have a suit of armor. That's fun. I don't do ties. So we're not gonna... I've got the Mitt Romney hair, I think, right now. Spiky, tussled, loose part, mohawk, rockstar, none. Yeah, I think parted is the closest to my actual hair. Facial hair. Wait, did that say busty? Okay, bushy. tight-lipped, pointy nose. Yeah, Jesus. Is that joyful-eyed? I don't know about that. All right. I think that's good enough. I won't bother with the description. I mean, what qualifies you for democratic socialism in the States is basically centrist in Canada. Okay, so the default candidates you can run again, or for the Republicans, are Trump, George W. Bush, a giant meteor, Mike Pence, and Mitt Romney. The Democrats have a giant comet. So I was thinking about doing giant meteor versus giant comet. But we could also just create another... you know what? Let's just go against George W. Bush. All right. Republicans and Democrats brace for the presidential race. 21 weeks. That's how long Corey loses and George W. Bush will have to convince the voters to give their support. At the end of the campaign, the election will lead one candidate into history while the other just gets led home. During this political season, advertisements will be aired, campaign speeches given, and funds raised as each candidate traverses the United States of America. The two have a long road ahead of them, each trying to their best to prove their worth as the next president of the United States. Which one will emerge victorious? Only time will tell. Thank you, Alduin. Remember that code you gave out for, free for Sins of the Solar Empire? Never going to say thanks for that. Oh, that went to you? Cool. You're welcome. I've thought about doing like other giveaway. Like that was provided by Stardock. I've thought about doing some other like giveaways for Empire at War in particular, because there are a lot of people who have just the GOG and disc versions. I'd like to expand the Steam user base if I can. But yeah, so done. Select your candidate and right-click on a state to move there. No taking action in that state. Okay. So I guess we don't do primaries. We were already the nominee for the Democratic Party. A lot of the stats for candidates, or a lot of the support in different states, are actually based on polling data that they took for important issues, and they tried to base the issues on stuff in the actual election. But let's see. But we're not going to tell anyone here that I'm actually Canadian, because that would take me out of the running. So I won't show my birth certificate. But thank you very much, Alduin, for the donations there, as well as the donation before the stream. The campaign funds for Corey Loses. Top voter issues: stopping the coronavirus, 56.6%. I'm beating Bush on stopping the coronavirus. George W. Bush has taken a strong, surprising pro-coronavirus stance. On the environment, I've got 70% support. Universal health care, 60% support. Reducing wealth inequality, 76. Border protection, 23. Good jobs, 19. I'm opposed to good jobs. Student loan reform, 70%. Better private insurance, 23%. All other issues, 49%. So there's an ideology tree... you go down ideology 0.0, stamina 12, fundraising. Where is the ideology tree? Upgrade headquarters, moderate enthusiasm bonus, top 15 issues available. That's in Hawaii for us, obviously, because that's where I put it. You can hire an operative, so there's a spin doctor, which increases your issue ratings by 25% in a target state. Intimidator, cheerleader, smear merchant, fixer. These are all very expensive, so we're probably not going to do that for a little bit. And Give speech in Hawaii. I support the environment. And so we can't set our ideology stuff yet. There's like an ideology tree you go through, and I'm not sure where the UI for that is, but assets, campaign, headquarters, Corey loses, so I'm me myself. Opponent's assets, campaign headquarters, George W. Bush. So he has headquarters in Texas, Florida, and Michigan. We have create an ad in Hawaii. I mean, we're probably doing pretty well in Hawaii. So I don't really need to, I don't think I need to worry about that. Polls, yeah, we're doing all right. Not great enthusiasm, but let's go to Texas. We're gonna blow all our money in Texas. We're gonna try to beat George W. Bush in his home state. Maybe not. New Mexico is pretty well in favor of us. Arizona could be winnable. So I guess we can take an action here. What's this look like? Remaining states votes to win 270. Current leader Bush. State wealth. Enthusiasm. What your political ideology in the town hall. Visited to turn stamina into ideology points. Spend ideology points for national boost. Okay. Is that what that is? Political opportunity. An evening wasted. What losers thought... Oh. Thank you very much, Alderman. What losers thought would be a lucrative dinner with a wealthy donor turned out to be a disaster. First, the donor spent most of the meeting rambling incoherently about government weather controls. Second, it turns out they were lying about the wealthy part. The dinner was exhausting. Reduced Corey's stamina by 5. That sucks. Campaign headquarters. Okay, so he put one there. Raise some funds. Build your ideology. All right. Protecting the environment. 3 ideology points. We have 0. Diversity. 3 ideology points. Social justice. So I guess we'll get to endorse different parts of it. And I assume that's different. That's different for every ideology branch. And just after his plane touched down in Louisiana, Luz received a donation of $500,000. No one knows where this money came from. At this point, they're too afraid to ask. I have no idea how to play this game. Build a headquarters there. Build a headquarters there. What's Utah? What's this? Newspaper coverage. I feel about as incompetent as the real DNC right now. State will be more difficult to win and traditionally supports your opponent's party. Below is why you're losing. Your issue score is 17, while your opponent's issue score is 19. If you took the enthusiasm multiplied by the score, each of you would have 1 and your opponent would have 1. Alright, where can I actually take an action? No! You son of... Oh, did I actually get that? I support... Do we need ads in Illinois here? Let's give a speech. Now they like me. We don't have enough stamina to do that. Continue the next week to restore your stamina. Too early to predict a winner in the presidential race. With the fourth of the election process behind us, one has... Okay. A town hall has appeared. Alright. Wait, what? Just after his plane touched down in Vermont, Luz received a donation of 500,000. Alright, ideology points. So what do we want to do? Protecting the environment, social justice, or diversity. Oh, it takes 5 now. And... okay, we have no stamina. Thank you, Alduin. George W. Bush does corporate tax cuts. Welcome back to the later show. The candidates are on the trail and desperately seeking all available votes, except for Wyoming. No one has cared about them since Lyndon Johnson married a cow to try to court the Wyoming vote. Little known fact, but very true. 3-part question related to healthcare. What went right and wrong with Obamacare? Is this a mole on my leg or cancer? What would you do to make healthcare better? Looks like a mole. Obamacare was sabotaged. Ignored the mole question, I see. Smart. It was going to get personal. How did they sabotage it? There's a long list. How important is it for the president to be a role model? Like, could we safely leave you in a room alone with a child? Or a pie on a windowsill? Don't trust me with the pie. Interesting. The pie was a metaphor for Russian bribes. I'll report it to the FBI. Alright. Very pro FBI audience. That's good. Thank you and good night. Stay tuned for the Late Late Show, where their guests are even more obscure and forgettable than ours. Voters more confident about loses. You're goddamn right. I support good jobs. I support universal health care. That doesn't go well in Utah. We only have the 3 ideology points. We need more ideology points. Just after his plane... Okay, so we're getting a lot of money from that. I support supporting LGBT rights. Alright, I shouldn't really worry about California that much. Where can I guess I could do something in Virginia. Virginia fundraiser. Let's go to California and do a fundraiser. No energy. Get your dumb plane back here. What's this? More money! Alright, I'm really just going after these, really suspicious donations. Can I have a campaign headquarters here? What next? Got it. I'm just gonna go back to New York. Build a campaign headquarters. That's all my stamina, but I'm gonna stay in New York for next week. Pick your running mate. Oh boy. Let's see. I mean, if we pick Sanders, is that too close to the same voter base? What can we get? Will people want Massive Comet? Media bias is tingly, hyper stamina. I think we're going to go with Giant Meteorite. Or Massive Comet, who is a giant meteorism support candidate thing. Yang and I have so many of the same qualities already. I think we'll go for Massive Comet. Bush continues to edge out loses. Oh no. But we're in New York. So raise some funds, support student loan reform. How's this going to do in New York? And it's going to be close. This is really not going to be going well for us. We upgrade the New York one. And oh, I can move you around too. Or are you just gonna... Okay, I can't move you around. Let's go to Oregon. We haven't been to Oregon. We haven't gotten... God damn, I'm always 1 behind or 2 behind in ideology points. I think we have Massive Comet and they have Giant Meteor. So it's not the same. It's crucially very different. 460,000... Can't afford it. Opponent supports... You know what? Opponent opposes stopping coronavirus. We're just going to tell everyone that George Bush opposes stopping the coronavirus. You've run out of money, but a donor has stepped forward to bail out your campaign. I was hoping to not have to spend money on ideology points. We'll do $15 minimum wage next. How are we doing? Can we see polls? Oh no, I'm losing on almost everything except for stopping the coronavirus, the environment, lower taxes. Okay, I don't want to lower taxes. Oh no! Oh no! Money? An excited fan of Loses has approached them and offered their support. A free political operative has appeared in Tennessee. Intimidator. Okay, we're gonna go to Oregon. And opponent imposes that. Build a campaign headquarters here. We owe a lot of money. I should have picked Bloomberg or something. Thank you, Alduin. Candidate's still trailing as weeks dwindle. Continuing showing his mediocrity 3/4 of the way through the campaign, polls still show Corey loses, trailing behind frontrunner George W. Bush. We're going to break out of this rut, one of Luz's staff members insisted. We spent the first half of the race establishing ourselves. Now it's time to shine. Things are just revving up for Corey. You just wait and see. As workers on Luz's team teeter on the verge of obliviousness, volunteers working for Bush's election campaign share similar optimism for their candidate. Do we really have to wait to win? One emboldened staff member asks. I mean, it must be getting embarrassing for Corey's campaign. He should really reconsider bowing out gracefully. For her money, but a donor has stepped up. Free political operative. We're gonna have to go to Florida and see if we can do anything. Build that. Can we give a speech? I support. Let's talk about that there. I haven't really been giving speeches. I've just been placing ads, which is... I'm not Bloomberg. I can't do that. Thank you again, Alduin. You've been invited to appear on Good Day. This is a morning show with some slightly over-caffeinated hosts, where the questions will be more about character issues. It will generally be a show you want to be on. You'll be able to get your message out to a broad audience while avoiding difficult questions that may alienate voters. Today on Good Day, we investigate the troubling topic of video game violence, Nancy frags some punk sucksores, and we have a brief sit-down with a politician of some sort. A lot of these modern video games are like gambling these days, with lottery tickets and these loot boxes. Do we need to put a lid on this? Yes, we should regulate video games more. Shut down EA. Break up EA. Do you think people will accept that? I don't think that's an issue that most gamers would be upset with. None of these responses are great. I don't like any. Yep. Sure, let's do that one. Alright, audience is in favor of it. One of our viewers wrote into us and asked if you'd be in favor of raising the minimum wage. Absolutely, I would. But why? Aren't most minimum wage jobs meant for teenagers? Many people have minimum wage jobs. They need help. Alright, folks, coming up next, we've got a special report on teen slang. Just what are they saying about us? Oh god, those are always the worst segments of any news. Ugh. Alright, can we win Florida? Protecting Social Security. Can we give a speech about protecting... Oh, here we go. I support. Let's give that speech. I just don't want to get gored here. Oh, fuck. I misread that. I didn't see the extra zero. Oh well. So I was thinking it was real time and that I had to like follow Bush around or act as much as Bush, but So I have a better idea of what I'm doing now. I'm going to have to rely more on speeches. And now that I know where the issues here, the environment, what is reducing wealth inequality is something that'll go well here. So we'll give a speech on reducing wealth inequality. I support. We'll go to the next week. A major war erupts overseas. What finally happened? After years of simmering tensions, famed global hotspot, Hotspotia, has erupted into war, threatening stability in the region. As the United States has several interests in the area, pundits and armchair generals have begun calling for military intervention in the region and for the strengthening of our armed forces in general. Yeah, the multiple bankruptcies they're not doing well for me. Opponent opposes that. We're marginally ahead. I'm gonna give another speech here. I support the environment. And let's get to Washington for next week. Okay, what is Washington gonna want? Environment, reducing wealth inequality, and social justice. So we'll do social justice because the Republicans don't get as pissed off about it, apparently. In this one. We're barely behind. Election night draws near. Candidates push for last-minute votes. With Corey loses and George W. Bush starting to feel the burn of 21 weeks, the two candidates are forced to push for one more week of last-minute vote grabbing. Hands will be shaken, babies kissed, promises will be made, but will it all capture enough votes to bring home the presidency? We'll know in a week. I wonder if I can do any ideology with either party. All right, so Florida. Ooh, we might actually be able to do that. You can create your own trooper type. What will it be? A nacho cheese trooper, where I can just hold out a plate of chips and they'll just put some nacho cheese on it. Cheese Whiz specifically. Let's see. Protecting Social Security and funding NASA are what we're going to talk about this time. I support. And funding NASA. I support. We won Florida. That's the election, guys. Oh shit. Well, we lost. This wasn't even close. Damn you, Electoral College and popular vote. Beaten by a bunch of rules. Thank you all. We beat George W. Bush in Florida. That's really historically all that matters. All right, so we'll do this one more time. I think we'll go. Let's see. Go back to the main menu. Can I still keep my? Yeah. And we'll go against Mitt Romney. I have a better idea of what goes on now. 21 weeks. That's how long Corey loses and Mitt Romney will have to convince voters to give their support. At the end of the campaign, the election will lead one candidate into history while the other just gets led home. During this political season, advertisements will be aired, campaign speeches given, and funds raised as each candidate traverses the United States of America. The two have a long road ahead of them, each trying their best to prove their worth as the next president of the United States. Only which one will emerge victorious? Only time will tell. Alright, this is going to be... fossil fuel industry, funding NASA, or fracking. Okay, I'm just going to give a speech about funding NASA. I don't think we can actually win Texas, but we're going to give it a shot. Oklahoma. What states will we have the best chance of flipping easily? None of you. None of you. We get some money. Got some money. Let's go to New York and establish another campaign headquarters there. Oh, we have ideology points. So... I'm going to do this time. We've actually got ideology points early this time. We're slightly ahead here. I don't have enough stamina. Alright. Well, now that we're actually in Wisconsin, let's still just endorse addressing climate change. +1 issue importance, +3 Democrat importance, +1 Republican importance, +1 independent importance. Oh wait, can we still do this last one? Yeah, cool. Voter enthusiasm for Romney, but also voter enthusiasm for us, +50 issue stance. I think that's still worth. Thank you, Aldwin. Conquer Virginia, no strategical reason other than it's my home state. Where do we want to do stuff? I'll build another campaign headquarters there. We're gonna slowly make our way west. Missouri. What are the issues? Border protection. Addressing climate change. I'm gonna do addressing climate change here. And I never even really went to New England this time, or last time. Looks like Luz has a few skeletons in his closet, and someone has discovered one of them. All they're asking for is a small one-time donation of $250,000. Lovely. Alright, so we'll make a stop in North Carolina next time. Build a campaign headquarters so at least we don't fall behind. Head up to South Dakota for this. And I think we have enough for an ad here. So what are we going to do? I think either the environment or addressing climate change. Oh, we can do a fundraiser. I thought that was placing an ad for some reason. Romney eating loses dust after first weeks. Romney throw his full support behind lower taxes. Bolting like hungry cougars out of the starting gates, Corey Loses has taken an early lead in the polls, leaving opponent Mitt Romney several steps behind, for experts are quick to urge Loses not to get cocky. Don't dismiss Romney yet, one pundit noted. With both candidates just getting started, it's much too early to predict a winner. At the Loses camp, staff members are thrilled with the early results. Romney can kiss my Democratic butt, one intoxicated staff member exclaimed during a campaign party. In my eyes, he's already lost. Like I've been saying, you just don't mess with President-to-be Corey Loses. You've been invited to appear on the Later Show with Stefan Coldcut. This show follows a typical late-night show format, though Coldcut has retained much of his satirical edge he employed on his past show. His audience generally skews liberal, also you don't let the comedy fool you. Coldcut knows his stuff. Is there actually more? No. Welcome back to the Later Show. The candidates are... That actually looks a lot. They did a good job with that caricature there. The candidates are on the trail and desperately seeking all available votes except for Wyoming. Okay, we already read that. How important is it for a president to be a role model? Like would be safely leaving a room with a child or a pie on a windowsill? How delicious is the child? No. I think they don't understand jokes in this game. Because you can play as a giant meteor. I do what's right for the country. And do what's best for yourself? I'd put the country first. Look at that. They're just eating it up. Given what we've seen from the current administration, how incompetent of a staff would you hire for your cabinet? Grossly incompetent or just comedically inept? Would any of them actually catch on fire? Hire only the best. I said the same thing when I started here, but then, well, you've heard the jokes. It's not hard. I'm sure I'll manage. It's not hard hiring good people. Look at that. Thank you and good night. Stay tuned for the Late Late Show, where the guests are even more obscure and forgettable than ours. Brave answers on Loses impresses. Loses makes case to voters. All right, we're going to make a quick stopover in Texas to upgrade our HQ. What can we give a speech on? Fossil fuel industry. It doesn't even piss off the Democrats here. So maybe we'll do that. I don't want to. Bam. And we'll make our way back to... Oh, we don't even have to worry about that. Screw that. Where can we make some dents? Not there. We can go to Louisiana. We have some ideology points as well. So what can we do? Subsidize green jobs or eliminate fossil fuels. Just for the irony of what we just did in Texas, I'm going to do this. Alright, and we're out of points almost. Hey! What Losers thought would be a lucrative dinner with a wealthy donor turned out to be a disaster. First the donor... Okay. So every time I think that I've gone for that, it's been just a waste. Let's go here. And can we place an ad? About protecting Social Security, maybe? I support protecting Social Security. Place an ad. And hire an operative. And I'll just leave them in Florida. Texas is going to be really close. The town hall has appeared. Town hall has appeared. See? Alright, we're going to need to get back to California. We have enough money to potentially place an ad. No. 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 Can we afford anything here? We can't afford this. And we can give a speech supporting funding NASA again. We'll have to go back to California. Because I don't want to lose support in California. I don't think we will, but we can at least get some enthusiasm up. Can you support migration stuff, please? I need it if you win. Unfortunately, this game is not actually going to install me as President of the United States. However, if it comes up, then I will support. Where can we go? Idaho. Logging industry, Green New Deal. Republicans really won't like that. Addressing climate change. That seems to have the least downside here. We're already at 10:21. Town Hall has appeared. Visit to turn stamina into thingies. Oh god, that's so far away. Alright, let's give a speech here first. Or... what else can we support here? The environment. I support the environment. Hey, wait a minute. Oh well. And I can't afford any of you. Pick your running mate. Who do we want as our running mate this time? You know what, let's just pick Bernie. Loses continues to lead in polls, keeping a fair distance between himself and his opponent. Corey Loses has continued to reign supreme on the polls through the first half of the election cycle. It's a real thrill to see these kinds of numbers come in, one of Loses' aides told us early this week. We can only hope this trend continues right through election night. Over at the Mitt Romney camp, political consultants are working overtime to find a chink in Corey Loses' armor. We still have half the campaign to bring our numbers up, one staff member noted. We're all optimistic and our message is a good one. Don't count Romney out of the running yet. Oh, Bush is his running mate? That seems illegal. Don't... Bush. I swear to God. It won't piss off Democrats that much. So, you know what, I was gonna say it. Upgrade the HQ. We're going to war in Texas. And we're keeping our smear merchant in Florida. But we lost... we spent too much money there. That could be bad. $48, $39, $55, $48. $51, $56, $48. We could still do some damage in Virginia, also known as Eastern Kentucky. Oh, that was a fundraiser button. Crap. I'm shit at the fundraisers. Only -2 national enthusiasm. It could have been worse. I'll do one addressing climate change in Virginia. We're just behind in Texas. What are you doing in Pennsylvania? We're also just behind in North Carolina. Shit. I always fucking transpose the... or take away one of the fucking zeros. We've got a very important person. Okay, is this going to be... Okay, coronavirus is scary stuff. What should we do to keep our country and our people safe from diseases like that? More funding for healthcare. Would that actually be relevant in a situation like this? More access. Then they can go to a doctor when they're ill. What would you do as president on your first day on the job? Try to learn everyone's name? I'd do what I promised to do. And that was... we'll get back to work to getting Americans back to work. Very little. As soon as they got Bush, winning Texas was not possible. Let's go back to Louisiana. Do that. And we'll go to Oklahoma and try to do something here. Debate disaster. You kind of lost your cool during the most recent debate. You forgot your speaking points and bragged about how little you pay in taxes, offended several of the more important genders. People now doubt your temperament and ability to lead the country and speculate about what medication you might have been on. -1 to your credibility for the rest of the campaign. Importance of tax cuts and war on drugs raised in all states. God, why? Why? Opponent opposes. I don't have anywhere near enough ideology points for anything else in the future. I guess we'll just go to California and try to fundraise. Can we afford an ad in Texas? We can. We'll place an ad about stopping the coronavirus in Texas. And we'll also give a speech funding NASA. I just want to win Texas this time. Voters split between losers and Romney into the final stretch as the election pulls into its final quarters. Political analysts and voters alike can't seem to put their fingers on who is going to come out on top. It's got to be Corey, one young voter told us. I'm voting for him, and it's just a matter of time before he pulls into another lead and grasps victory. Another voter disagreed, saying Corey's a hack. People realize without a doubt voting for Mitt is the only real option. In the end, whomever you're voting for, the next few weeks are going to be the last crucial period in the heated race for the presidency. I think it's a mix of wealth versus voter enthusiasm, Rhino. So if it's a lower wealth one, but it's a higher voter enthusiasm and support for you, you get more money. All right, all that effort in Texas did very little. Let's see if we can win New Hampshire back. Give a speech for the Green New Deal. Head to Virginia. And what do they want? Address climate change. Florida. Yeah, Bernie's been hopping around a fair amount around there. 17 out of 21. So that wasn't October. So for some reason I was thinking it was October 21st before, but it's just week 17 out of 21 total. This was going much better when I had Texas before he picked Bush. Let's get to Louisiana. The thing is, the best place for us to do fundraisers is in California, but then I have to fly all the way across the country for that. When I'm doing most of my stuff over here. What do we want in Louisiana? Green New Deal or the environment? We're addressing climate change. That seems to be the safest bet here. Just got to try to get it a little bit closer. This is another state we could win, Missouri. I think we'll give a speech. We'll head to California. We'll do fundraising for the last little bit of the campaign. Bernie's already in Washington for us. We can win Oregon and Washington relatively easily. We're pretty far ahead in New York by a lot. In Florida by a good amount. In Texas, we're way too far behind. California, we're still in good shape. Maybe if we do an ad campaign here for the last little bit. On reducing wealth inequality. I don't think that actually went over very well. $44 for 44. Let's do one on the environment. Then we'll go up to Washington. And do another environment here in Washington. That might be just enough to win us both of the states. We're never winning any of those states. And I think we'll finish off in Nevada. We got good jobs. I support good jobs. And can we secure Florida a little bit more? I don't think they can actually do anything here. But one more pro-Social Security speech, and I think that's it. Let's fly back to watch in our home state. All right, Bernie, you've done good jobs, or a good job in New England. We'll have to see. It's a nail biter. We're marginally behind in the popular vote. Like that Florida victory, other than Texas, it's going to be hard for them to come back from that. Romney's home state, nothing we can do there. Well. Rigged. Oh, well, was he governor of Michigan? I'm Canadian, I don't get. Well, you did a good job, Bernie. You tried to carry us. But can't win them all. All right. So it's a fun game. We went through 2 there. I think we're going to leave it there for tonight because I haven't made dinner yet. But yeah, so. Did I win the popular vote? I thought I was down 1% in the popular vote. I wasn't paying attention there. I'll have to check. Because I think it was 49.50 for them. But either way, hope you guys have enjoyed this again. Thank you to Stardock for providing this copy of the game. If you look for it on the Steam Workshop, or not Steam Workshop, on Steam, I think right at the end there, or if we hadn't had that one bankruptcy that time, I think we would have won. And the thing that really took it for them, in my opinion, is Bush coming in and swaying Texas. If it wasn't for Bush coming in and swaying Texas, if we had kept Texas, that would have been an easy Democratic victory for Corey Loses and running mate Bernard Sanders. So thanks for watching, everyone. Check out the game if you would like to run your own political machine. And hope to see you next time. Bye, everyone.